I'm just posting this because what I've just seen on my Tumblr dashboard, and I wanted to express my confusion about it, but I knew if the person saw I had written something on Tumblr, then they'd react and probably bombard my dashboard or my profile or something. Hence why I'm just coming here, and I might get a bit better response around here, you know. Well, it was basically a picture of how to make a noose out of rope with the words "why not" underneath the completed noose. And to be honest, with my state of mind, I looked at that and it was almost like, not why should the poster not do it, but almost like telling me why not. Like, oh, here's a noose, why not? So it's almost a, well, why not? Why not kill yourself? That sort of thing. But I know it isn't. I know that's not what it's supposed to mean. I think it's just a badly made picture. And also, I'm actually disgusted at the content. I know people are suicidal and will be. I've been suicidal, things like that. But why would you post a picture publicly where people can see it of how to create a noose? And then, yeah, I don't get that. Why? Why would you do that? I mean, what if someone? I mean, I know people who posted it haven't done anything to themselves yet, or have never done anything like that in their time. And as far as I'm aware, weren't planning on doing so. But what about someone who is currently impulsive and looking through their dashboard, find that, and think, oh my god, now I know how to do it. And then go out, get some rope, and lose their lives. And some poor innocent soul finds a loved one, a friend, someone they deeply care about, hanging. It's not a joke. And I know in a bad state of mind people wouldn't mind posting things like that, but for their own reasons and probably hoping for someone to react to it. But someone who isn't as public about their feelings would probably look at that, think, you know, oh my god, I need some rope, and that shows me how to do it. Because some people are like that, particularly if they're feeling bad at the time. They wouldn't reblog it. They'd use the picture to do it. So why would you post something like that when you know what it's like to feel suicidal, what it's like to be on the brink of death from your own hand, and then basically you put that in a public arena so that people can just see it and use it, and I just don't think that's morally right. I mean, I can understand why people post pictures of self-harm. Well, no, I don't really understand it, but it's like, it's just as bad as telling someone else to make a gun. By the way, guns aren't legal in the UK, so we can't just get them. So, like making a gun, it is, because the survival rate of hanging is very low. And if you do live, you're probably going to have permanent brain damage from the lack of oxygen that you had. Also, it's not a pleasant death. I mean, when we used to do it for criminal execution, we'd break the neck. Sometimes we'd let them suffocate, but it's not a good death. Well, no death is good death, but it's a painful, long, and a hell of a mess. I mean, I don't think people realise the sort of panic that people must go through when, they decide to do so, and that oh shit feeling. And then there's no turning back. You're hanging. It's not a joke. It's serious, and it's bloody terrifying. And also the person that finds them. I never personally understood who that the people that they allow them to find them. Really, it is a gory way to find someone. They are swollen and their eyes are practically popping out. No one wants to find anyone like that. Even though it was that person's way out, I find it very hard. Personally, with my suicide attempt, I disappeared. I didn't want anyone I knew or loved me to find me, and I wouldn't, particularly hanging. I just didn't understand that picture. I'm not going to go into the whole morals of suicide because I'm a bit ironic. I have experienced the grief of suicide. My uncle shot himself, and my ex hung himself, ironically. So I love Tumblr and whatnot, but it is a hellhole for people who are pro-suicide. No, like people who are suicidal, but and they find all this pro-self-harm, pro-suicide, self-suicide, for God's sake, suicide and things on Tumblr. All you do is search tag, and then you'll find pictures of people's cuts, stitches, wounds, attempting suicide, people who have suicide and done it, things like that. I mean, it's a hellhole. The amount of times I've been in a bad place and I found all these things. It's awful. I just don't understand it. Yeah, you're in pain. You yourself are in pain and having trouble with depression or whatever, but why inflict it upon the world like that? I mean, yeah, you talk about it, get help, that sort of thing. Sorry, that's my dog. He's a pillock. He's a Jack Russell. His name's Max. He's a bit gobby. So sorry about that. But anyway, back to it. If you are experience depression or any other form of mental illness, yeah, you can communicate it. But I don't think it's right to inflict the pro behaviour of suicide, depression online, where people will find it and possibly use it, or they trigger themselves. And I believe strongly in this, and I don't understand why people do it still. Because the guilt of suicide is enough, and the guilt of someone self-harming because of something someone said or did or whatever is bad enough. But when you actually give people information, feed information I find that work quite bad, really. I'm not saying anyone's to blame, because at the end of the day it is the person themselves that is responsible. But there was once upon a time that I thought, oh, how would you make this? How would you do this? And then all of a sudden, on Tumblr and other sites, it is easy to find. Thankfully, I'm not in a place where I would do it or do anything. But, I have that picture ingrained in my head now. I'd never do it. I'd never attempt it again. But I really just don't get it. Oh. So if anyone can clarify why people quite happily post this pro stuff all over the place and give people this sort of information and why they post it, please comment, because I'd actually like to know. Because I myself would never post anything like that. Yeah, I mean, I'd never reblog anything about like self-harm pictures or suicide or anything like that, because it's triggering. And even though I know I have been and am still in that mental process, I don't see why I should reblog that or why I would want to. So yeah, if you do know, give me some insight and put it in my comment box. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. End of rant. Bye bye.